Whatever is fascinating about her is what you see on her, and that's it.
There's no time.
Wait, which one they are too wicked? Wait, which one they are too wicked? But not true, no.
Public service announcement. I need some groups of people to come closer, okay? People that say BBNaija is toxic, come closer. People that say the show is full of jealousy, come closer. People that say the show projects women not supporting women, come closer. You know why? Food has landed. Subscribe, click the like button, and turn on post notifications, because see, this housemates, since they came into this house, they've been putting us on our toes with back-to-back content. Anyway, it's what we asked them to do. All right, let's dive into the video.
No capital, trends so hot. We never miss facts, opinions, news to thrill. It's vibes and chill.
Okay, guys, so this midnight gist session is organized and sponsored by Sultana, Sabrina, Doris, Ortega, Kure, Kola, and Faith. Yes, that's the round table of the gist. Okay, there's this pattern that keeps repeating year in, year out, and I don't know why these housemates or potential housemates in future have not yet clocked it. You understand? They've not yet clocked this game. Or should I say, each year, the winner that emerges tends to have been toned down. Do you understand? Tends to have been bullied in a manner. I hope you get my point. Not really bully, like tend to have been looked down on, tend to have been pushed to the corner, tend to have been castigated to a level inside the house. All right? This has been going on year in, year out, and they don't still learn. You understand? Big Brother Naija housemates don't still learn. They keep giving us the same pattern year in, year out. Yes, we understand it's a game show. Be yourself, do your thing, and all that. But you also have to understand that you have to make the game about yourself, not about other housemates. Because you're trying to make other housemates the center of the attention, automatically you're creating a narrative. You're indirectly making these people trend. You're indirectly making these people to be talked about. And at the end of the day, you be the uplifter, and the winner emerges. Now, let me give you the gist. These housemates were up until 5 a.m. discussing, dissecting, talking. Now, what were they talking about? Okay, at first the gist was flowing, it was all spicy, it was the kind of behind the scene details of what the camera is not really showing us. It went from harmless gossip to lowkey attacks, especially coming from Sultana and Sabrina. Now, the way Dede's name was dragged through the trenches, that even Sultana even said some things that made me pause and was like, are we still playing this game, or this thing has gotten a bit too personal, or is this part of the strategy? Now, this table of Kola, Doris, Ortega, Ruboy, Faith, and Sabrina alongside Sultana, it was just there for vibes at first. I mean, Sultana and Faith later joined that table. It was mainly the other 5. I think they were all just vibing and just getting to catch up on, in-house gossip. I mean, I'm all in for gossip. I'm not one of those that will tell you, you should not be gossiping in the house. I mean, if you don't gossip in the house, how will we, the viewers, know what is happening inside? I mean, how will we know the details of your things that happen, because through their gossip, we heard that some people are already kissing, you understand? Anyway, so classic Big Brother Naija house behavior. They were all just vibing and talking. Then it struck that Sultana hasn't moved on from her earlier clash with Ivatar. Now, while Ivatar has already let it go, Sultana, we've seen that has been jumping from one person to another, telling the story, tweaking it, trying to paint herself like a victim. Come on, we understand this thing. It's not a problem, okay? I don't have no problem. But the point is, like, we the viewers, when we see you flogging an issue over and over again, it becomes repetitive, it becomes boring. It now looks as if you're trying to sell a point across. Do you understand? So she wasn't letting it go, that even when Faith and Ortega tried to explain that both she and Ivatar wasn't having it. She's already chosen Ivatar as her sworn enemy this season and was not open to changing her mind. Because I'm looking at the matter, like, okay, fine. You kind of shouted at her, like, no, don't step in there, you're going to spoil your shoe, that kind of stuff. And she reacted, both of you said you F's you. Is it really that deep for you to, like, put her on the table at any chance you get, and you're like, I'm not going to be talking to her, I'm not going to be moving on, I'm just going to face my, face front. I don't want to have anything to do, I don't want to F with her. That's her words exactly. Okay, it's fine if it stops at that, you understand? But when you start dragging someone else, like in this case, Sultana started dragging Ivatar for allegedly talking to every guy that Sultana likes. Ma'am, you guys have only been in that house for like 48 hours, going to 72 hours now. Please do the calms, okay? Because at this point, it's giving overreaction, right? So Doris now jumped in again to say, Gigi Jasmine now seeks validation from Ivatar. I was like, what did this camera they show us, I beg? She even said that Ivatar has stolen Gigi's individuality. That's a big talk, apparently. So apparently, Gigi even hit the diary room gong to speak with the therapist after the earlier altercation. Please, tell your day. I know you have 29 housemates to cover, but what exactly are we watching? Okay, now let me just give a backtrack for someone that is just watching this video now. Earlier on, Sultana clashed, okay? And I think the real problem, or should I say the clash, started when Dede approached the housemates and I was complaining about the mess in the kitchen and all that. And I was just trying to make everybody to sit up and keep the house tidy, okay? So from there, that's when the quarrel escalated. And I think Ivatar also gave attitude to Gigi, if I'm not mistaken, because I mean, we didn't see that part, but from what these housemates are saying, that's what it's implying. So I think got so deep into Gigi that from what Doris is saying here, that she had to go hit the gums, she had to go ask to see a therapist, that she felt the whole clash between Sultana and Ivatar was overblown. It's well, are you sure these guys are mentally prepared for this show that they came in for? Anyway, Faith, thankfully, Faith, one of the Coven 7, still had sense and talked to Sultana and was telling her that maybe Dede and Ivatar talked and settled things, just like we advised to you, Sultana, to do. But nope, Sultana said no, she was not interested. She's not talking things out with Dede at all. Sorry, she's not talking things out with Ivatar at all. That she just wants vibes and violence, that she's not open to, how do I put it, settling things out. And honestly, I'm here to watch it unfold. Then, while they were jumping at Ivatar, while Sabrina was on Ivatar's matter, finishing Ivatar's matter, she now jumped into Gigi's matter, saying Gigi doesn't have a personality. She jumped into another person. She dragged Manson into the gist. Okay, now this is her problem. She's claiming that Manson, oh God, is this guy's name Manson or Manson? Manson asked her to follow him to bed in a suggestive manner. But the actual footage, at least I watched it because they were all sitting in the garden area. That was just a few hours before their meeting here, their roundtable meeting here. It was just a few hours, few minutes. I wouldn't even say hours. A few minutes before their meeting here. I actually watched the footage. It showed Sultana telling him not to go inside. Now, she's saying he moved on to Isabella because she turned him down, and that Isabella isn't even up to her standard. Girl, you really do have a lot of problem with everybody, because at this point I was like, auntie, calm down. There's something. It's one thing to have your thoughts to yourself and you have your assumptions to yourself, and this is what I think. But when you start projecting it to other people, like this is 6 other people there, when you start projecting it to them and making them see, this is what you're thinking. In fact, it's not what you're thinking. This is what you know. You understand? At that point, it gets a bit too much, don't you think? Anyway, Rude Boy then brought his own gist. So apparently, Isabella told Kumi to come sleep in her bed. And well, at that, they kissed. So Rude Boy now claims he heard her saying that's the right place, in quotes, like, how did we get here? Same night. He also said that Dan Bosky and Zita were kissing too. If not anything, see these 2 G's that Rude Boy dropped for us here. I'm very grateful because at least we get to see what happens under the infrared camera and what the camera is not actually capturing. So from there, everybody started analyzing potential ships, like it's a stock market. You guys, you don't focus on your game plan, you don't focus on who you're shipping and all that. Then Kola, see this Kola, see Kola, I don't really understand him, but anyway, Kola started dragging Dede again over not hugging him. Flashback a bit, earlier in the day, you understand, Kola, K-Bobo and Bright Morgan, they were having a conversation in the kitchen section, and they were having this discussion on who is their type of woman, or who's the most beautiful man in the house. And I think most of them, if not all of them, agree that Dede is quite the girl, you understand? Now tell me why, after that conversation and everything, and Bright cleared him at that conversation. When they were having that conversation, I was like, Dede appears closed off. It's because she has something going on outside, like she has a relationship outside. That's why she appears closed off. Kola was like, oh, I see. That was then, It was like, oh, I see. I now understand why she always avoids me hugging her. She doesn't want me to hug her, that kind of thing. At that point, I was like, okay, Kola, thank God at least you have closure towards why Dede doesn't want to hug you, But then, he did not have it all. He brought it back to the COVID. Meeting. He was like, he started dragging Dede for not hugging him. He was like, he has already reported her to like half the house. So he's now bringing these G's to the table again. That's when Ortega and Faye tried defending Dede, saying that she's not a hugger. They're just saying it like that's just not her pattern. But Kola, he was not hearing it. I mean, guy, at this point, okay, no problem. The girl don't want to hug you. Move on now. Move for rest. So then Sabrina jumped in to add that Dede has this luxury babe vibe and is acting like she's above everyone. And see, I don't know. Okay. So you could tell she was waiting for a chance to drop that tick, and then Sultana delivered the ultimate burn that Dede has no depth. Yes, I know. I saw this conversation on X. We were like saying, she's not the one that said so, this and that. Girl, I watched the conversation. Yes, she may not have started the Dede conversation, you understand? But then there are members of the cover seated, they were analyzing. But going as far as saying that Dede has no depth, that she uses makeup to cover up, she dresses fine to cover up what they don't have. Come on, girl. It was a game plan. Come on, that's the thing. This is a fellow woman like you, you know. Yes, we understand you could try to be creating an alliance, trying to bond with your people that, should I say, see things the way you also do. But to what extent? Do you understand? To what extent? Anyways, Ortega wasn't helping either. He claimed that the only thing he remembered after talking to Dede was her perfume. Like, guy, come on now. What are you trying to say now? Like, you had a conversation with someone and you can't remember anything. Like, you guys cannot, like you couldn't pinpoint any factual thing or any impactful thing that Dede said to you that I don't think you remember was her perfume. And Faith tried to correct them, saying that people often open up differently, you understand? And the lack of, in quotes, depth here doesn't equal lack of substance. But again, the room was not hearing that logic. So we can agree that in that they are covered, they all don't like Dede. Apart from, Doris wasn't giving much of an opinion on that. And yeah, they all don't like Dede in that cover. So apart from Doris and Faith, they weren't just buying Dede's presence in the house. So by the end, Sultana and Sabrina had gone full attack mode. Doris was then also fully on board on this, and Dede's name had become a group project, just like that. The rude boy now toasted another theory, saying that Gigi likes Kumi, but not Victory. Now, a little bit of backtracking. Earlier on, we saw Gigi and Victory in bed. I think that was the lockdown of the official first ship of the BBNaija 10/10 season, you know? So he went on to say that Victory is just using Gigi to pass time. Hey, gosh, what's here I know here? And Ortega, the self-declared strategist, said that by week 3, that they will scatter and all the ships Ortega said that he will scatter all the ships because the girls have divided the guys into camps. Come on, see, there can't be a division of camps if you don't allow it to happen. And then yes, they went back to dragging Dede again. According to Sultana, she's a basic chick. According to Ortega, she's forgettable. Faith was the only one trying to calm it down at this point. Look guys, at the end of the day, it's us viewers, you understand, who we decide who we vibe with. So this energy of tearing people down in your coven, I mean, look at Ortega saying that the girls have caused the guys to be segregated. What are you doing? You just officially formed your coven of 7 members, which your ultimate motive is to hunt down, dissect ships, hunt down people that you guys don't like, you understand, as a community, you know. So this energy of tearing people down, I'm not sure it's working. Yes, I'm going to watch. Yes, I'm going to be entertained. Yes, I'm going to hear the gist coming from you guys, you understand. But rest assured, yeah. And to be honest, this whole table talk revealed more about the draggers than the drag. If you get my point, you understand. We got to see a lot of character come out from their conversations, you understand. We understand how dogged Kola is, like he has refused to accept the truth and choose to pursue what he wants to pursue. We've seen how Sultana is coming off as a jealous individual, permit me to say at this point. We've seen how Sabrina is a yapper. Oh my god, the baby girl can yap. Sabrina is just giving here, giving there, giving here, giving there. She's a yapper for real. So what you guys basically said about Dede might not be what we, the audience, are saying, because we've seen her have conversations with people in the house, and I don't know, personally, I don't really think so, because I can't use, the show just started, okay? This is officially day 3. I can't use a 5-minute camera clip of Dede to sum up that this girl is empty. No, at least I've seen her talk, I've seen her wordplay, she's good. So I don't know what energy she gives you. And don't forget, this girl entered the house and said she wants to be the antagonist in the house. It could be her gameplay. Don't be that. So if you're already fooled by her gameplay, come on guys, you're not supposed wise for this game. Not supposed wise. So yeah guys, that's the full gist. So let me know what you think in the comments. Who is playing smart and who is just playing bitter? I'll catch you in the next one, and it won't be too long, trust me. Peace out.